Welcome back to our last episode in this series of cognitive patterns. And all these videos are hopefully doing is helping you to decrease your depression, increase healthier behaviors, and learn some new tools that may be helpful in your daily life. So, welcome back to Clearing the Fog. Over the last 7 episodes, you've learned how depression can distort your thoughts and how to begin meeting those thoughts with curiosity, clarity, and kindness. So today is about integration. And you don't have to perfectly reframe every thought, and you don't have to master every technique. You just have to keep practicing gently, consistently, and with compassion. And not every tool that has been given will be the one that works for you. You may notice that one tool works really well and some others don't, or maybe the ones that didn't work for that time in your life, and now they work better for this phase of your life. So this is just all about using everything that you can to kind of help you keep going. So in this episode, we'll explore 1, what daily mental health practices can look like without pressure. 2, why self-compassion is like a muscle, not a mood. And 3, how to celebrate your growth without needing perfection. So let's talk about living with a softer voice, one small choice at a time. So choose 1 to 2 daily practices. If you're wondering where to begin, keep it simple. Pick 1 or 2 ways to check in with your thoughts each day, and here are some gentle options for you. Daily reframe practice. Each night, write down 1 negative thought you had and 1 kind, realistic reframe. Morning mantra. Choose a phrase to begin your day, like, I don't need to have it all figured out today, or I am enough, even when I feel low. Set a catch thought reminder. Use your phone to ping you once or twice a day with a reminder. Pause. What are you thinking? Is it kind? These aren't about fixing your brain, they're about forming a relationship with it. Again, these are all just a bunch of tools that you can use at any point, and some work and some don't work. The only thing is we've got to put a little bit of effort into it in order to use the tools and to have, like we talked earlier, the last video, a reframe bank, right? To have a bank of tools, whether that's things you've already written down or just tools like breathing that you have, or catching a thought that you just have in your back of your head that you can use whenever you want to use it. And so now self-compassion is a muscle. This is what we need to understand. And the kinder voice doesn't just show up, it's built bit by bit. It's like each muscle of our body, we're not born with the strength, and if we don't continue to build that over our life, we tend to lose our muscle strength. So just like lifting everyday objects, we have to work at that. We have to work at using our brain like a muscle as well. And so think of self-compassion like a muscle. Some days it's strong and other days it may feel weak. But every time you practice, even a little, you're strengthening that muscle in the end. So even catching a critical thought for 5 seconds is a practice. Even saying that was harsh is practice. And even whispering, I'm doing my best in the middle of a messy moment is deep healing work. So this is how change does happen, not in loud declarations, but in soft, repeated choices. Again, this is how most of our life works, where it's not going to be one big moment all the time. It's going to be small moments that work up into our big moments. That's why you have long-term goals, which are usually much bigger, and you break them down into small-term goals, so we can actually work on the long-term goal. And so we got to celebrate progress, not perfection. And so here's the most important part. You still have negative thoughts. You will still fall into old patterns. And that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that you're actually human. And what matters most is how you respond, with judgment or with curiosity, with shame or with compassion. Today, try celebrating the tiniest wins. So I noticed the spiral and I paused. I caught a harsh thought before it grew. I spoke to myself kindly, even just once. And so these aren't small things, these are actually everything, right? It's our day to day that builds out to our month to month and to our year to year. And you're not here to have a perfect mind. You're here to build a softer, safer place inside of it. So now let's recap. So as we close this series, I hope you remember this. Your thoughts are not the enemy. Your inner critic is not the final voice, and you're allowed to think differently. Speak kindly to yourself and grow without rushing. So here's the comment section. Again, you can drop any comment that you would like, whether it's on this video or some other part of your life. And if you're having a hard time figuring out what to comment on, here is a question for you. What's one compassionate thought you want to carry forward from this series? And if you want to keep going, return to any of the episodes that speaks to where you are now. And this isn't the end, it's just the beginning of a new relationship with your mind. Remember, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're growing, and that's more than enough. Thank you for being here and thank you for practicing. We will have another series in the depression series. There's 12 in all, and so I think this may be the 5th one that we're going into. But here's another area that I like to talk about if you have stuck around. Also remember, if any of this video resonated with you, you liked it at all, of course, like, comment, and share it with somebody who may need help in making compassionate thinking a daily practice. So here are the journals I created. They really go hand in hand with the videos that I am creating. Haven't created a depression one yet. I will though, but the ones I have created are for anxiety, self-love, self-discipline, and self-discovery, and then a beach journal with 12 beach themes and of course journal prompts to help you work through some stuff. And then there is the children's book, and this really is to help your children learn how to be brave, have courage, and understand their own spark. And then at the end, there's worksheets for them, of course, so that they can work on their own stuff and they can start naming their own bravery, naming their own courage, and naming their own spark to hopefully help them in their own life.